It's 2025 and tuning has changed. Dun, dun, dun. Suspenseful music. Suspenseful. All right, what do we have here? Because now we cannot tune any modern day Harley Davidson bikes 2025 and up without
Yes.
doing what? Something
Yes
very
and no.
special.
Okay. So probably around 2000, we've been using the Dyno Jet Power Vision from 2000 and up. I mean, we don't anything below that that had a carburetor. You don't really need to tune with a Power Vision. That's all done by hand. So we've been tuning with the Power Vision for years. Now, as soon as the call it 23 and a half touring bike came out that had the new Skyline OS or iOS in it, the Power Vision no longer worked with that model and up bike. New BCM in that bike and a new ECM. Okay. It took a while for somebody to come out with tuners for that. Dyno Jet now is doing it, but they're doing it as what I feel kind of backwards. We're kind of moving backwards.
And is this for the baggers? Not all.
Harleys. Well, now it seems to have trickled down to the softails, 25 and up.
25 and up, okay. Because my 24, we were able to tune here.
Right. So easily identify which models. The model with the new hand controls, that's got the new new computers in them. So anything with the new hand controls cannot be tuned with the old Power Vision the way that we were doing it for years.
Okay.
Okay. The PV4, Power Vision 4, does work on the new models. Here's the catch. You take the model, you submit to DynoJet what the bike has in it, cam, exhaust, if it has any of these things. They will send you back a tune. You can upload that tune, put it in the bike.
It's like a basic ass tune.
It's a basic tune. Now, there is no auto tuning. So if we want to tune and better that bike, I have to sit there on the dyno with a notepad and a pen, and I've got to run through all the RPM ranges and throttle positions and write down what the AFRs are.
Because you can no longer just do it from the
computer. It won't auto-tune it. So I can do that, but then I've got to go in and make manual changes to my tables. So here's the way auto-tune works, okay? I set my AFRs to how I want them to be for throttle position and RPM. You start running an auto-tune session. Mm-hmm. The auto-tune will change the AFR based on what I've requested that I want in my target table. Okay. So if I wanted a 14 in one box and the bike was running at 13, the auto-tune is going to automatically remove fuel to bring it up closer to the 14. Okay. Now, if I want a 14 in a box and I hold that throttle position in the dyno and there's a 13, I've got to write that down. So now I've got to figure out how much fuel to take out to get closer to my 14 number. Everything's manual.
All right. So which that sounds horrible. Because let's just say if before you were averaging let's just say 4 to 5 hours to tune a bike.
I was doing 4 to 5 hours on a stage 2. Exhaust only bikes, they're pretty simple. We get them done in like an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most, and that's with, changing O2s and things like that.
Right. So, but now with this process, that would take you, triple the time.
It could, and you probably won't even get that accurate of a change because I have to calculate how much fuel to remove. So now if I remove too much fuel and I go back on and run that box, and I remove too much fuel, now I'm too lean, now I got to add some more fuel back in.
Sounds to me like you would need Bill Nye the Science Guy for this project here now. But there is a second solution, right?
There's other solutions out there. So we all know about the first solution. This is the Harley Davidson Screaming Eagle tuner.
Brother.
That's their Bluetooth tuner. So what that do, much like the Dyno Jet with the PV4 right now, Harley's got some predetermined tunes for certain things. But if you stick with Harley Davidson products, their cams, their cylinders, all Harley parts, then you can do stage 2 or stage 4 tunes with that.
Okay.
But you can't auto tune. So
You
it's
can
whatever they determine the proper tune should be, that's what it's going to be.
Okay. So that's one option.
That's one option.
Okay.
Okay. The next option, which we utilize more often than none here, would be the Thundermax. Okay. So Thundermax, this is a setup for a touring bike. So what you get in this is not a model for a 24. This is a 22. They look the same. Okay, so you get the ECU.
That's where it's all at, man.
It comes with 2 wideband oxygen sensors to put in, and the necessary harness. Okay, so this is the whole kit.
So what is this kit gonna allow you to do then?
So
Is that gonna give you the flexibility to tune the bike correctly the way you're doing it before?
So with the Thundermax tuner, what we can do is that tuner is kind of an auto tuner that's on at all times. So that's going to adapt to your climate, your altitude, your riding style at all times.
Okay.
That tuner will go into the bike. We first do what we call an idle tune. We set it up, we let it run up to 185 degrees. And you can actually watch it, and as it goes through its bars, you can watch it adjusting fuel as it's warming up. This will get you can pick your desired AFR with this also. You can change timing tables. You can do pretty much anything you could with the Power Vision.
Okay.
And this will continue to tune as you ride. It gets rid of the speed limiter, it gets rid of the rev limiter. So this will work on 23.5 CVO up, and then the 24 and up. Anything with the new headlight and Skyline iOS.
Okay.
Okay.
So would that be your best option at the moment then?
Depends on the customer, because some customers they want power, and they want
Chasing numbers.
they're chasing numbers. They're trying to get the top performance out of it. Not even the top performance. They're trying to get they just want the numbers, right? So there's another solution out there called Impact Wiring Solutions. Great tuner also. That tuner is more like the Power Vision. So we put that tuner in, we hook it up to the computer, and we could run on the dyno and do auto tune sessions, just like the Power Vision. So it will tune. You get great power out of it. A lot of my clients use the Impact Wiring Solutions, but it doesn't tune as you ride. So whatever tune is in there, and that's just like the Power Vision. At the day of the tune, that's what stays in the bike.
Gotcha.
Customers who want to go out, and I tailor these to the customer. So if a customer's not concerned about, tuning as they ride, if they don't do cross-country trips, if they don't, then I'm going to put an impact box in there.
Okay.
All right? Because I get all the tunability out of it that I did a Power Vision.
But if you have a customer that's that wants more of a custom tune, wants the high numbers, and
I'll do the impact.
You do the impact.
So I have a current customer right now who we did the Thundermax on, and he said, I just want to get on my bike and ride, and I might ride, 10 hours. I might go cross country. I don't care about my performance. I just want the bike to run good at all times. That's who I'm going to sell the Thundermax to.
Okay.
Because there are also a lot of things in the impact box that you can do that you can't do in the Thundermax. It's very detailed.
And then if you just have a customer that says, hey, listen, I just bought a bike. I got an exhauster. I just want to do a stage 1 or stage 2. I casually ride my bike. Then this will be...
I would do that for a stage 1. And that is also going to work for the customer who wants to stay in warranty.
Yeah, so you do this.
Right. Now, the nice thing about the Thundermax or the impact box, dependent upon your Harley Davidson dealer, some can flag your warranty and some may not.
Right.
So I've heard things where the customer, if they're going on trips and they have a Thundermax, they'll carry their stock ECU in their bag.
Yeah.
And when they get to if they need something, they'll get to a dealership and say, hey, listen, before you hook my bike up, just throw the stock ECU in so I don't get flagged.
Yep.
Some dealers will do it, but some won't.
Gotcha.
Because both of these are going to, if they hook up, these are going to avoid warranty.
Right.
Impact and
yeah, I mean, anything, pretty much anything aftermarket, right?
Right, but most of the dealers are being cool about it now. So
dealers are being cool.
Yeah, no, they're being cool about it. I had a bike that what we have noticed is when you put the Thundermax in on the CVO ST or the CVO, it actually disables the GPS, the built-in paid-for GPS. Yeah. So I went to my local Harley Davidson dealer here and told them, swap the ECU before, because there's a known issue with that. So all they had to do was put the stock ECU in, hook it up to the digital tech, and do a modular replacement on the BCM.
Yeah.
And then the GPS comes back. What happens is the GPS, there's a Wi-Fi menu on the new bikes. That Wi-Fi menu disappears. So there's a bulletin on it. So you go to the Harley dealer, they re-enable the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And then once you connect the Wi-Fi, your GPS re-enables. So I had to do that with a couple of CVO STs I had here. And my dealer's cool enough here where they'll work with me on it.
All right, cool. What do you prefer using, if you had a choice?
It depends on the bike. I built with
your personal preference.
My personal preference, I'd probably use the Thundermax because I'm not a numbers chaser. I just want my bike to run good.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna get an extra 7 to 10 horsepower out of the impact box, I mean, most people will not notice. In my opinion, most people aren't going to notice it's a 7 horsepower difference on a touring bike. So, if it was my bike, I'd probably run a Thundermax. I run the Screaming Eagle tuner on my CVO, just because there's nothing really done to it.
Right.
Now, the bike that I built, my 135 Road Glide, that would if I was building a bike like that, I would probably run the impact box.
Gotcha. All right. So, I mean, there is a lot of different options out there, guys. So, depending on the ride, depending on what you're looking for on the long haul, yeah, man. I have the Dyno Jet on mine, the Power Vision.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that bike runs great. I'm really happy with the performance.
Right. We made a lot of changes to your bike, so the Thundermax is cool where it'll keep changing, and when we get them in, then we'll upload all those changes and make that the new base tune, and then it'll keep going. They perform pretty well, I just can't get the fine-tuning things. Like if we have a trouble spot on the Dyno Jet Power Vision,
yeah, we
can work those trouble spots out, which would be the same thing with the impact wiring solutions. We'd be able to work those spots out, But
and you do a lot of tuning here.
Yeah, we do a lot of tuning. Now, as far as that's touring bikes. So as far as the softail, your softail options is that
Screaming Eagle,
or they just came out with this. This is the first one I got.
Thundermax for softails.
Thundermax for 25 softails.
Nice. Okay.
This is going to be going in a Lowrider ST project that we're doing. We're doing a Star M28, the new M28 cam from Star, and the Thundermax.
Nice.
I did talk to Ben from Impact, and he did say that they were working on a chassis for the impact box for softails. It just wasn't available yet. And I believe what it is you saw the other ECU, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just a different shape. And that's why. Yeah. So it's got these wings that and this on the back. That's kind of where it fits into the side of the softail versus just this chassis. A touring bike.
Yeah. Not bad. So there's options out there, guys.
There's options. And of course the PV4, Power Vision, the PV4 will work with all these bikes too. But you're getting canned tunes. So whatever tune you're going to get from Dyno Jet or Fuel Motor, or whoever you get the tune from,
Yeah.
that's the tune you're getting.
Okay.
So
And then just lastly, because I know some people like to ask, well, why should I tune my bike? Right? Very common question. What's the primary reason why someone should tune their bike? After, I mean, there's several reasons why. If you get a new exhaust, you're gonna do some engine work, but primarily, the main reasons why.
Primarily, tune the bike is to when you get a bike from Harley, okay? They run on that borderline of lean to a little more lean than I'd like. So, and that's mostly due to EPA regulations and things like that. Those bikes, they can run hotter. It could shorten the life of the bike. When we tune, we kind of add a little more fuel to that, bring that AFR down to a level where it's not running as lean, the bike can run cooler and longevity. There are other features that Harley has built into safety things, throttle response, things like that, and we can correct all that with tuning. The main reason, though, I think they run too hot, and I think their AFRs are too lean from the factory.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I think if you put slip-ons on a bike, you don't really need to tune it.
Correct.
Once you start messing with the air cleaner and you're changing the flow of air into the engine, that's when you need to tune your bike. Because if you're adding a high-flow air cleaner and now you're sucking more air in, what you're really doing is you're leaning out that motor because it's already set for the air cleaner that's on there and the fuel injector's on there.
Right.
So if we're creating less restriction and pulling more air into the motor, well, obviously we've got more air than fuel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, if you do a full exhaust, you're changing the back pressure on the bike too. So you should tune with a full exhaust. People will argue that, but I say full exhaust, you should tune it. And what I normally do, I push my clients, like if they're like, I'm going to put a full exhaust on my bike. I'm like, all right, we're going to put a full exhaust on your bike. Why don't we put the high flow air cleaner at the same time? It's a few $100s more, and now your bike will be tuned properly. Right. Instead of you down the road adding a high flow air cleaner and tuning twice. Yeah. And most of them will go for it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Then obviously getting a lot of more horsepower, more torque out of everything while you tune it.
I mean, listen.
I mean that comes with all the other extra components that you would.
Yeah, we've done a few. Let me see, a couple examples here that we. So this was a 2018 Deluxe that came in not too long ago. Came in with 67. It's a 107 Deluxe, by the way. 67 horsepower and 80 foot-pounds of torque. We just by doing the air cleaner and the exhaust, we were able to get it up to 78 horsepower and 105 foot-pounds of torque. So a stage one and a tune will give you an increase.
Yeah.
He's going to feel mostly the torque on this one, and the reason why is mostly we changed the throttle response on this thing. We've got the throttle blade opening a lot faster than it was from the factory. To go from 80 to 125, foot-pounds of torque gain is pretty good.
And it's just a basic little tune.
Yeah, it's a basic stage one tune. So that's where it came in. That's where it left.
Yeah. You guys want to see some really high increased numbers? You obviously got to do stage 2, stage 3, and then beyond that. But yeah, I mean that's a nice little increase.
Yeah, it's not bad. And we also did a. This was I didn't have a before on this one, but we did a 23 Heritage, the anniversary bike. Same pipe, same and air cleaner. I don't know what the stock was, but we are up to 81 horsepower and 115 foot-pounds of torque.
Nice. And
the pipe that was chosen for both of these bikes, it was an identical pipe, so it really wasn't a horsepower pipe. This was a skinny 2-into-2 Bassani setup.
Gotcha. Long
2-into-2 pipes all the way out the back. So more torque, less horsepower on those pipes.
Nice. All right. Well, hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. You learned something new. There is options out there. Tuning obviously has changed. in the last few years. And every time Harley comes out with a new product, every year they change their stuff. Obviously, these manufacturers, they need to develop these tuners and everything else. It doesn't happen from one day to another. Sometimes it happens within a year or 2 or 3, and that's what we're looking at right now.
This one's been a while.
Yeah, it's been quite some time. But yeah, man, if you guys are in the local area, you want to do some work to your bike, want to get your bike tuned, hit up Mike. All his subscriptions going to be down below. All you local guys, hit him up. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button. That's going to notify you anytime I upload any type of new content. And if you want to see Mike give me a kiss right now, hit that like button. Peace.